Welcome to another video of mine here. We got a little build today here in Terraria, another random content I had planned out. I'm making a little tavern underground, and as you can see, I'm currently speeding up the video so you can see the process of me mining out everything with the drill containment unit, which honestly, one of the best things introduced in Terraria. I love this thing so much. It helps clear out things a lot, and yeah, that's why I really wanted to build on the ground today. Of course, after mining, I had to then, do the little finishing touching of the minings here and there, and then I had to fill up this entire area. Most of it's just caves and stuff, because of course, you don't want enemies to be spawning in your base or around it, or just in little holes that'll just fill up like areas and stuff. It might not be the best thing. And of course, most of the time, or not most of the time, almost all of the time I was filling up the area, I had to deal with enemies. Taking care of the enemies wasn't that hard. I was using my mage character, which I had before 1.4 came out. I wanted to do a magic run, which is what this character was all about, just magic only. And of course, to my luck, slime started falling from the sky. So I teleported back up and absolutely decimated all of them with lunar flare, which I should probably make it mythical. I don't know why it's on adept. And of course, after defeating them all, I then took on King Slime, just using the orange Zappinator. This thing's amazing. I love this thing a lot. It's just, the orange Zappinator. It glitches out and, of course, takes out multiple enemies at once. Anyway, back to filling up the holes. Just more holes to fill in, just more and more. I think this is the last bit here, so I'll go and just make sure that it is. And yeah, that's the last bit. So yeah, of course, I'm doing a voiceover, as you can tell. I've never done one of these. After filling up the place, I can now finally get to building. I first started out with a foundation of stone slabs. I really like the looks of it. Also, pause here. I want to say, almost, if not all, of my building, like techniques and stuff in this video that you'll see, has been heavily inspired by a YouTuber by the name of Chaos. Chaos is a fantastic Terraria building YouTuber. He shows many different techniques along with awesome building videos and stuff, and I highly recommend, if you want some good building techniques on Terraria, definitely go check out Chaos. Anyway, let's get back into the build. I proceeded to make my walls using gray bricks. Gray bricks are a really ordinary looking block that I really enjoy using most of the time, and I made my floor out of ordinary wood, which is also another block I really like to use. After building the walls, I then started making the foundation of the second floor. I wanted to make a second floor to this tavern for a specific NPC that I wanted to have move in. I put some wood in each of the corners of the room and hammered them into angles, which is another little touch. Of course, I then added the doors and angled the blocks above them as well. I started making the little stairs up to the second floor out of stone platforms, but of course a little later I will change those to wooden platforms. And of course I hammered them out, but don't worry, I still change them later on. But after those decisions, I kind of wanted to expand out the tavern a lot more, so I made it much longer than it was. Also, a huge shout out to my Stardust Dragon for dealing with all the enemies that's been almost getting to me throughout this whole build. Like, especially that guy. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this guy. He's just going at it. I then started putting some furniture down on the first floor just so I can get a little look of as to how I wanted the walls to look like in the background. After placing all the furniture I had for the first floor, I then got a little visitor from one of our favorite underground NPCs, the Skeleton Merchant, which today he brought me something called the Magic Lantern, which is a light pet. I haven't seen it in the game before, so I decided to buy it. I then finally replaced those stone stairs with wooden stairs, which definitely looked better in my opinion. And after replacing those stone stairs, I then built a sign outside, which I then used to name the tavern. And after many thoughts, of course, not really many, didn't really take me that long, I named the tavern the Under Tavern, which was kind of basic, but hey, I really like the name of it. It was kind of catchy. I finally got to work to the background of the tavern. I started using gray bricks for foundation structural support of the tavern, and after some thought, again, I then expanded the tavern to be a little longer. As you can see, our little skeleton merchant is still hanging out with us. I then proceeded to make the flooring of the second floor to mark out where the flooring would be. And I made a little tower out of the kegs I had in my inventory. I did this so I can shape out how I wanted the back of the building to look. I built two walls on both sides of the kegs, and I wanted to build some extra higher past the kegs to leave some space to stand on top of the last keg on top. And to top off the keg room, I then built a flat top wooden roof with angled edges, which is a common thing I always do with a lot of my builds. After finishing the wooden roof, I then flew down and ran up the stairs to the second floor to begin building the roof of the second floor. And as you can see, I left a little space available for a balcony. I wanted to add a balcony so I can add some little tables and stuff to just relax and look into the cave system that's around you while you're here visiting the tavern. Soon after, I begin filling in the walls with gray brick walls, which I only use for the storage area for the kegs and other stuff. I then begin putting regular wooden tables and wooden chairs on the balcony just to give it a fancy look compared to the rest of the place. I also begin filling in the walls with wooden walls to give the place a cozy feeling, topped with torches on the second floor, the storage area where all the kegs are, and chandeliers in the main room, which will house the Tavern Keep NPC who will run the place. Luckily, before I begin building, the Tavern Keep actually spawned in the world, so all I had to do was just go out back to my wizard tower, which is still not complete, and get him. But when I spoke to him, the traveling merchant arrived, so I went to go give him a little visit, which, as usual, he doesn't really have anything I need, since I already purchased almost everything this man sells. After speaking to the traveling merchant, I then head back to my tower, which was still under construction, and of course, I had issues trying to find the furniture I had prepared for the tavern. Please, organize your chest, because you're gonna hate yourself if you don't, and as you can see, I was getting rid of things from my inventory just by throwing them into random chests and stuff, and just from that, I was basically making the issue worse. But I found the furniture anyway and quickly head back down to my tavern. I put down some wooden fences to give that background safety feel that you won't fall off the balcony. I also put a furnace and a chimney on the second floor to give it a more cozy feeling for the demolitionists, which, for those who don't know, having both of them live near each other will make their prices go down, and of course making their stuff more affordable. I also decorated the storage rooms where all the kegs are located with stone slabs to make the wall look more reinforced. I also put candles on the tables on the balcony to light up the area and give them a more fancy look. And, of course, what is a tavern without mugs all over the place? I placed a couple mugs on each table and some on the main bar table. I then also placed a couple mugs in the second floor where the demolition lives, because as we all know, the demolitionist can survive multiple rounds on the table. I also placed some mugs on the little shelf in the storage room just to make it look like we got some spare mugs in case any of them break. And that brings it all to a wrap up. We have finally completed the underground tavern. We got all our awesome chandeliers on the first floor with the tables decorated with mugs, the second floor with the balcony and the demolitionist room, and the storage area, which has even more mugs on the bottom, along with a tower of kegs with ale for those who come to visit. So yeah, that's a wrap up to the entire build. I hope you all enjoyed. Honestly, this was really hard to record because I stutter so much during the recording of the voiceover. But who knows, if you guys really enjoyed today's video, definitely drop a like to show that you really enjoyed and want to see more. And if you have any recommendations or ideas that you want to see built in the future, go ahead and drop your ideas in the comments below. And if you really liked my content in general, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would really help my channel grow and reach out to other people who would also like my content as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.